Hi, this is Mackenzie with Caul Group Residential with another episode of Unlocking Your Potential, and I have my great friend and colleague LaDondria here with us. And we are in Durham, North Carolina today, and I asked LaDondria to choose one of her favorite local spots, and she has chosen Crepes. We are here in downtown Durham.
Yep.
Near a lot of other things, the Performing Arts Hall, Durham Bulls for baseball. But of all the places you could have chosen here in Durham, why Crepes?
The first time that I came here, the service was really great. I actually overheard a conversation of the chef speaking to one of the waitresses that was getting off, and it's just those little things you hear when no one's listening. It was very genuine, and I'm like, that's a cool place. So,
And the location's great here.
The location's great. They're very inclusive. It's just a really good location. I enjoy their coffee and their crepes.
And today is vibing and hopping, and I don't know if vibing is the word, but anyway.
It's a vibe today.
There is a vibe, isn't there? Thank you, LaDondria. So the other question I wanted to ask you, and this is kind of goes along with this series of Unlocking Your Potential, is like me, you just got into real estate kind of as your second career, or you got into banking, you're incredibly successful in banking. She's an incredibly smart woman, especially with numbers, so don't let her fool you. But why real estate? Why the change, and why now?
Sure. So I made a career change from banking when I had my first son, and I realized that I couldn't juggle being a mom and branch manager at the same time. But I wanted to find a way to continue my passion to help others. So all the skills that I learned in banking, I kind of transferred over to real estate so I can still feed my passion for helping people. My main goal is to help people see things in a different way, like achieve financial growth, their goals, and have wealth that they can transfer from one generation to the next. And real estate, it's one of the biggest investments you'll ever make. And to help protect your equity in your home and, transfer, buy investment properties, have residual income, and just go from from one generation to the next. It's just one way to see it, get off the hamster wheel, and, have just another pillar in your financial stool there. So
absolutely, because I think a lot of people think about real estate just buying and selling a house, your primary residence. And I know that I've learned so much from you, and that, like you said, that generational wealth. What are we doing today that's going to help us in the future? And so if that's unlocking your potential, that's unlocking other people's potential, and having those conversations with other humans who don't think that way, I think is just such an added benefit to our community. So thank you for doing that. And then as being the team leader at Caul Group, I end every team meeting with a quote that's going to help maybe propel our agents through that week. You never know what you need to hear until you hear it. So the only question that we really kind of talked about, and I asked LaDondria to bring, is what is a quote that means something to you, and share, because maybe it's somebody who's watching this video today needed to hear this quote as well. So she's brought it, and I'm going to have her share it and say hi.
Well, I will say this first. This quote is my mantra for the year. I sometimes am a little bit modest, so I'm trying to...
She's a lot modest.
Well, she's right. I'm a lot modest. So this year,
we're going to keep it real. Unlocking your potential. Okay.
Unlocking potential.
That's right.
So I want to shine, and I think that so many times we dim our light for other people. We kind of hide in the shadows, but we have so much to offer other people. You never know, like you said, what message the next person needs to hear. So with that said, this is a quote that I share that I do look at, and I keep it in my phone. And it is, let your light shine, be a source of strength and courage, and share your wisdom and radiate love. I think that's something we should think about every day, in all of our social interactions. So that's what drives me, and that's what I'm going to really focus on this year. So.
And just to wrap up, first of all, I can attest that her light shines so brightly, and she sometimes wants to dim it, and it's kind of hard because, as you can see, her beautiful smile. But LaDondria keeps that with herself, but she shares it. About maybe a year and a half ago, LaDondria, I was a full-time agent in a different role on the team, and she knew that I needed to hear that quote. And she wrote me a note, and she says, Mackenzie, do not hide that light. Let it shine, and be proud of who you are and what you're accomplishing. So thank you for sharing that.
You're welcome.
Thank you for sharing Crepes with us. This latte is fantastic, and we will see you next time for another episode of Unlocking Your Potential.